welcome everyone. Nice that you join in for this half-hour practice. Just take a moment into an easy seated position, lengthening your lower back, relaxing your shoulders. And just close your eyes. You can always sit onto a block if you like. Make sure that you keep lengthening from the center of your body. Just take some time to feel how you're doing. Let go of your thoughts, empty your mind. See if you can take this half hour just for yourself, connecting with your body, with your breath. If you want to, you can take a moment asking yourself what brought you to your mat. Maybe you'd like to set an intention for your practice, for your day, for anything else in your life. And then in your own time, start to bring the focus to your breath. Just slowly deepen your in and exhalations, breathing in and out through your nose. On every inhalation, you feel the air slowly sliding down at the back of your throat. Fill up your lungs completely. And let the air spread all the way out into your lower belly. Exhale, you empty everything again. No rush. See if you can make every in and exhalation a little bit more intense. Not just breathing in and out through your nose, but breathing with your whole body. Just a few more breaths here. Time you can slowly start to open up your eyes. If you like to, you can cross your legs the other way around, bringing the other leg forward or on top. And then see if you can bring your hands next to you. Maybe you press your fingertips into the earth, elongate your spine, lengthen through the center. And then just slowly bring your arms all the way up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, give yourself a nice stretch. You can move a little bit from side to side. And just slowly bring your right hand down, left hand turns in. Just give yourself a nice and easy side stretch. You don't need to go too deep. Just feel the length all the way from your left hip to your left fingertips. Keeping your face soft, your shoulders relaxed. And move all the way over to the other side. Maybe your sides feel different. Try to stay aware of whatever you feel, whatever sensations you experience in your body. And come all the way back to the center. Take an easy little twist, left hand over your right thigh. Maybe you look over your left or right shoulder to the back. And spin your heart all the way to the other side. Try to keep the length. And come back to the center. You can extend your arms up one more time. Maybe you stretch yourself out once again. And then bring your hands in front of you. Slowly slide your hands forward. You can roll over your knees, making your way onto hands and knees. And then just see if you can make some circles here. Move your neck, your shoulders. Maybe you like to move your hips. Just move freely so you can feel where you need to open up a little bit. Where you can warm up. Using your breath. And gently make your way to the center. You can bring your knees a little wider if you want. Maybe your big toes come together. And then bring your right hand under your chest. Slowly open your left shoulder on top of your right. Bring your arm all the way up to the sky. Stretch it out. Keep your navel in. And slowly bring your left hand down under your chest. Extend your right arm up. And then bring your hand all the way down. And then slowly bring your hands back under your shoulders. Knees back under your hips. Tuck your toes under your feet. And gently start to bring your sitting bones back and up. Coming into your first downward facing dog. And if you want to, you can just bend your knees one by one. Just stretch out the back of your thighs. Lengthen out your side body, your armpits, your arms. You can also swing your heels all the way from one side to the other. So you give yourself a little more stretch into the sides. Maybe you feel it into your ribs. And then in your own time, you come to stillness in down dog. You can always keep your knees bent. Keep your sitting bones pressing back and up. Lengthen through your arms. Shift your weight to the back, but keep your shoulders away from your ears. One more deep in an exhalation here. And then look in between your hands. Gently walk your feet all the way forward. So when you're all the way forward, you can place your feet hip width apart or a little wider. Maybe you bend your knees a little deeper. Fold your upper body over your thighs. And then just hang forward for a moment. You can catch your elbows. Swing a little bit from one side to the other. And then just release your arms all the way down. Slowly roll up, vertebra by vertebra. So you are all the way back up. Bring your feet together, big toes touch. Your heels can be a little bit away from each other. So you align the sides of your feet with the sides of your mat. And then bring your hands in front of your heart. Pull your navel in. Keep the length, opening your chest. And then slowly rise up with your arms. Open your heart to the sky. On your exhalation, drag your shoulder blades down. Deep inhale, rise up. And exhale, slowly fold forward. Hands next to your feet. Half lift on your inhalation, nice flat spine. And exhale, step your feet into high plank. Now you can move your weight a little bit forward and backwards. Find the muscles around your core, like a little corset in between your hips and your ribs. Keep your shoulders strong, your neck long. And then slowly release your knees down. Come all the way down into your belly. Elbows stay close, shoulders to the back. And then lift your heart up into easy baby cobra. Just open up your chest and lower down. Two more. Deep inhale, lift your heart up. Maybe you lift your hands with you off the mat. And lower down. Last one. Lift your heart up. And come back down. And then you tuck your toes under. Press your sitting bones all the way back. And come back into your down dog. Few deep in and exhalations. Try to keep every single finger pressing into the mat. Keep your neck long, ears in between your upper arms. One more deep breath here. And then look in between your hands. Soften your knees and step your feet all the way forward. Half lift on your inhalation, flat back. And exhale, bow down. Deep inhale, rise all the way up. And bring your hands back in front of your heart. One more time, deep inhale, rise up. Lift your heart and exhale, open your chest, drag your elbows, your shoulders down. Deep inhale, rise back up. And on your exhalation, slowly fold forward, hands next to your feet. Half lift on your inhalation, long spine, heart up. And then step your feet back into a high plank. Maybe you bring your weight a little bit forward. If you want to, you bring your knees to the floor, then your chin and your chest just above the mat. Or you come into low plank, chaturanga, slowly with control. Roll over your toes from there into cobra, maybe upward facing dog. And then make your way back into downward dog. Come back to your breath here. Try to keep squeezing your feet, your inner thighs together a little bit. Keep feeling the center line, activate your bandhas. And then in your own time, you slowly bring your right leg up. Keep your hips parallel for now, take a deep inhalation. And then drag your knee all the way to your nose, coiling in. Deep inhale, extend your leg back up and out. And knee back to your nose, high onto your left toes. Last time, deep inhale, lengthen. And then bring your knee to your chest. Look in between your hands. And softly step your foot forward. Left heel presses back. Rise all the way up. Nice. Take a moment to sink into your lunge. Keep your arms long, shoulders soft. Then bring your left knee just above the floor. And extend both legs out. Come high onto your left toes. Left knee just above the floor. And lengthen out. Last time, left knee just above the floor. And stretch both legs. And then just bend your right knee. Come back into your lunge. Now bring your arms to the sides. Turn towards your right leg. See if you can bring that right arm a little bit further to the back. Maybe you bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh, left arm up. Open your heart, one more deep breath. And then circle your hands all the way down to the floor, stepping back into high plank. Slowly coming into low plank, or knees, chin and chest down. Cobra or up dog. And make your way back into downward facing dog. Then take a moment to come back to your breathing. Keep stretching out through your arms, through your sides. Taking one more breath here. And then rise up with your left leg. Not too high, keep your hips parallel. Squeeze your navel in. And then drag your knee to your nose. Come high onto your right toes. And rise all the way back up. Knee back to your nose, coiling in. And slowly rise up. Last time, knee all the way to your chest. And with softness, step your foot all the way forward. Press your right heel back, come all the way up into your high lunge. Lengthen through your sides. Nice. Keep your upper body extending out of your hips. Take a deep inhale. And then bring your right knee just above the floor. And slowly stretch both legs out, high onto the toes of your right foot. Right knee just above the mat. And slowly extend out. Last time, right knee just above the floor. And come all the way up. And then just bend your left knee. Back in your lunge, open to your left leg. Spread your shoulders away from each other. You can stay here. Maybe you bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg. Right arm up. Nice. Keep your neck long. Take one more deep inhalation. Then you circle your hands all the way back down, stepping back into a high plank. And go through your own vinyasa, knees, chin and chest. If you cannot get into low plank, then a cobra or upward facing dog. And make your way back into down dog. And come back to your breath for a moment. Feel your in and exhalations. Soften your knees and step or hop your feet forward. Half lift on your inhale, flat back. And exhale, bow down. Feet are together, bend your knees. Come up into Utkatasana. Just take a moment to sit down. Don't bring your sitting bones too far to the back. Keep your tailbone tucking under, sitting bones together. Bring your weight into your heels. Maybe one more deep inhalation here. And then slowly bow all the way forward. Half lift on your inhale. On your exhalation, you step into high plank or you hop in low plank. Just do it soft with control. Opening your heart on your inhale. And come back into downward facing dog on your exhale. Now slowly bring your feet together. Lift your right leg up. And then open your right hip on top of your left. Bend your knee. Try to keep your shoulders next to each other. Maybe you come high into the fingertips of your left hand. Keep your navel squeezed in. Nice. Make sure that you're not going to hang into that left arm. So maybe you lift your hand off the floor for a moment. One more deep breath here. And then extend your leg all the way back up. Slowly bring your right knee to your right upper arm. Maybe to your right shoulder. And rise all the way up. Right knee crosses to your left arm. And rise back up. And then slowly bring your knee to your chest. Step your foot all the way forward. And then turn your left heel into the floor. Come all the way up into second warrior. Deeper in your warrior for a moment. Hips down. Arms in one line next to your shoulders. And then from here, see if you can bring your right arm up. Catch your right hand with your left hand. And then see if you can pull yourself over a little bit more to the side. Give a nice side stretch at the whole right side of your body. Maybe you can keep looking up under your arm. Taking one more deep inhalation. And come all the way to the center. And you can change your hands. Move all the way in the opposite direction. Keep spinning your heart open. Pull yourself out of your hips. One more deep inhale. And then slowly bring your hands all the way down at the inside of your right leg. And then move to the long side of your mat. See if you can flow a little bit from side to side. Deep into your hips. Maybe your whole upper body is parallel with the floor. And finally, you come all the way to your left foot. Bring your right toes up. And let your sitting bones melt down. Nice. Maybe you walk your left foot a little bit to the outside. See if you can keep your heart up. You can always bring your right hand behind you onto the floor so you can lift your chest even more. Maybe you can bring your hands both in front of your heart center. Keep your right toes up. Nice. If you have the space, you bring your left arm a little closer to your left leg. You can bring your left hand on your heart. Open your right arm and look up into the sky. Or you wrap your arm around your back. Other arm around too, and then maybe you can catch your fingers behind you. Try to keep lengthening and lifting. Calm down your breathing. Relax your face. One more deep breath in your own variation. And then slowly release your hands if you're in your bind. Bring your right hand to your left ankle. And then turn your right shoulder forward a little bit. So your left shoulder goes to the back. You open your heart back to the sky. And then extend your left arm all the way up and over. Bending over that right thigh with your upper body. Maybe you reach your arm just to the side. Maybe you have the space to catch your foot. Spin your heart up. Make sure you keep breathing. Staying here for one more deep breath. And then slowly rise all the way back up. Bring your hands back in front of your heart or onto the floor. And then imagine that you flip yourself around the corner, coming back up on 2 feet. So your right foot needs to come onto the floor too. You can do it with support or without. Slowly pulling up. And then bringing yourself all the way back to the front of your mat. Walk your right foot out, hands are under your shoulders. See if you can bring your left knee down this time. Drop your right knee a little bit to the outside. And then take a deep inhale, open your heart. On your exhalation, slowly bow down. Maybe you kiss your mat. Deep inhale, rise back up. And slowly lower down. One more time, rising up. And bending all the way forward. And then you come back onto your hands. If it's possible, you bring your right elbow down, then your left. So you can keep your heart pulling forward. Nice. Let your tailbone melt down. Maybe wiggle a little bit from side to side. Open that hips a little more. Nice. And then from there, you bring your hands back onto the floor. Slowly tuck your left toes under, bring your right foot back onto the mat. Extend your left leg out. And then you can lift your hips up a little bit. See if you can snuggle your right shoulder underneath your right leg. And then lift your heart back forward, hips go back down. Maybe you can spread your right arm all the way to the side. Maybe your left arm too. Finding your balance into airplane pose. Maybe you come into your bind for a moment. Keep pulling your heart forward, heel back. One more deep breath. And then bring your hands back down. Bring your right leg all the way up to the sky. And then you can come into a one-legged high plank. If you like to, one-legged chaturanga. And then come forward into cobra or up dog. And make your way back into downward facing dog. And come back to your breath for a moment. A few deep in and exhalations. And then we need to do everything at the other side too. So when you're ready, you can bring your feet together. Lift your left leg up. And then open your left hip on top of your right. Try not to hang too much to the side. Keep your navel pull in. Maybe you come high into the fingertips of your right hand. Feel the center. Maybe you lift your right hand off the floor for a moment. Really slowly bring your hand down, bring your leg all the way back up, and then bring your left knee to your left upper arm or shoulder, and slowly rise up. Left knee crosses to your right arm, and come back up. And then you bring your knee all the way to your chest, and with softness step forward. Right heel turns down, come up into warrior two. Sink down into your hips. Ready, you bring your left arm all the way up and over. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and pull yourself all the way over that right thigh. So you can keep looking up to the sky, bend that left knee. One more deep inhale. And come back to the center. Change your hands, lengthen to the other side. Keep pressing your right foot into the earth. Maybe you look up under your arm. One more deep breath. And then bring your arms all the way down at the inside of your left leg. Slowly moving to the long side of your mat. Flowing from side to side. And when you are ready for it, you come all the way to your right foot. You let your left toes come up. Sitting bones come down. Maybe you walk that right foot a little bit more to the outside. Press your right arm into your right leg. You can bring your left hand behind you. Lift your heart up. Try not to hang to the back. You can always sit onto a block. Maybe you bring your other hand in front of your heart to keep yourself lifting. Nice. And if you have the space, you bring your right arm a little closer. Wrap it around your thigh. You can bring your left arm up or all the way behind your back. Maybe you catch your fingers. Maybe you even catch your wrist. If you catch one wrist, this time catch your left wrist with your right hand. Just breathe. Staying here, opening up your hip for one more deep in an exhalation. And then slowly release your arms. See if you can bring your left hand to your right ankle. Bring that left shoulder forward a little bit. So if you look over your shoulder, it is in front of your leg. Right shoulder opens up to the sky. Then extend yourself up and over in the direction of your left leg. Maybe you just reach through the fingers. See if you can keep looking up as much as possible. Opening up your chest. Maybe one more deep breath here. And then really gently start to rise back up. Take your time. When you're back up, you bring your hands back in front of your heart. Navel in, and then you flip yourself back forward. That left foot needs to come forward. Your hips need to go up. Just bring yourself back onto 2 feet. And then you move to the front of your mat. Walk your left foot out. And when you are all the way forward, hands under your shoulders, let your right knee come down. Left knee drops a little bit to the outside if you want. And then come onto your fingertips, open your heart. And slowly bend your elbows, kiss the floor. Deep inhale, lift your heart back up. And gently bow down with your whole body as much as possible. Deep inhale, rise up. And bend down one more time. Then you can come back on your hands. Maybe you stay here, or you bring your left elbow down, then your right. Keep your heart lifted. Nice. Maybe you wiggle a little bit, opening up your hip a little more. One more deep breath here. And then slowly bring your hands back onto the mat. Now tuck your right toes under, extend your right leg out, pull your inner thighs back together, bring your left knee back in, and then see if you can bring your hips up a little so you can bring your left shoulder under your left leg as much as possible. And if it's there, you bring your heart back forward, your hips back down, maybe you bring your left arm all the way to the outside. Look forward, keep your heart lifted, maybe your right arm comes to the side too. Or you bring your hands behind your back. Keep your heart dragging forward. Stay into your own variation for one more breath. And then bring your hands down. You can sweep your left leg all the way back up. And then come into one-legged high plank. Maybe one-legged chaturanga. Cobra or up dog from there. And make your way back into down dog. One deep breath, and then look in between your hands, bend your knees and step or hop into a seated position. Nice. We have such little time always. So slowly see if you can bring your right foot in, bring your left foot towards you. Nice. Maybe you grab your heel, you can move a little bit from side to side. Maybe you make some circles. If you have the space, bring your left foot into your right elbow. Try to keep your foot flexed so your ankle stays in one line with your shin. Maybe you can hug the other arm around. Nice. Make sure you never hurt your knee. Keep your lower back long. Just give yourself a nice hip opener. Staying here for one more deep breath. And then see if you can slowly bring your left leg all the way back in front of you. Maybe you can grab the sole of your foot, you interlace your fingers if you like, or if it's too much, you grab your ankle. Keep your heart up like you're sunbathing. Open your chest. Give yourself a nice stretch into your hamstrings. Nice. Taking one more deep in and exhale here. Maybe you can pull your leg a little closer, you kiss your own shin. And then gently release your left leg down. Slowly changing sides. Bring your left leg onto the floor. Bring your right heel in front of your heart, knee to the outside. And just open it up a little more. If you like to, you can see if you can bring your foot at the inside of your elbow. Other arm hugs around like you're hugging your own baby. Just swing it in front of you. Keep your lower back extended out of your hips. Your heart rising. Maybe for one more breath here. And then slowly come back to the center. Bring your knee in, see if you can bring your hands to the sole of your foot or to your ankle, to your calf. Maybe interlacing your fingers, and then extend your leg in front of you. Maybe just a little bit, maybe you can stretch it all the way out. Then pull your heart back up. Let your weight melt a little bit to the back. Press your foot away. Drag your shoulder blades down, long neck. Staying here for one more deep breath. And then maybe you pull your leg just a little closer. And slowly release it all the way down. And then you can make your way onto your back. Just come laying down. Bring your knees to your chest for a moment. Make a few circles. And see if you can come back to the center. Bring your right thigh all the way over your left thigh. Maybe you hop your hips a little bit to the left. You can even hook your toes around. And then you bring your knees to the left side. Right arm opens up next to your shoulder. And then just soften everything. Maybe you bring your left hand on top of your right thigh. Come back to your natural breath. Relax your face. Doesn't matter if your shoulder, your knee, or both are hovering above the floor. Just surrender. Let gravity do the work for you. And then make your way back to the center. Releasing your legs. Maybe you bring your knees to your chest for a moment. And then gently bring your left leg over your right. Maybe you bring your hips a little to the left. Come back into your own variation. Knees to the right. Left arm opens up next to your shoulder. Try to surrender completely. And then make your way back to the center. Hug your knees to your chest one last time. Spine back into a neutral position. And then slowly come into Shavasana. If you're warmed up and you have any other thing you would like to do, you can of course just go on by yourself. Otherwise, see if you can relax just for a moment. With your eyes closed, you let your body sink down into your mat. Let your practice integrate into your body. It's always nice to stay a little bit longer into Shavasana, so do it if you want. Otherwise, you can slowly start to bring the awareness back to your body. Maybe you move your fingers, your toes. your wrist, your ankles. Let the movement come back into your whole body. Bring your legs together, your arms over your head. Give yourself a nice stretch. And then slowly bring your knees to your chest. Maybe you like to move a little bit from side to side, or you hug your knees close. And finally, you can roll all the way over to your side. Just stay there for a moment. Keep your arm under your head. Maybe you take a deep in and exhalation here. And gently you start to make your way back up into a seated position. Keep your eyes closed for this last moment of your practice. Just feel how you're doing. Maybe you come back to your intention. Then you can bring your hands in front of your heart. Take a deep inhalation here. On your exhale, bow your head to your own heart. Thank yourself for your practice today. Gently come back up, opening up your eyes. Namaste. And then you bow down to the earth. And come back up. Thank you all for your practice. If you have any questions, just send me a message. Love to help you out. Hope that your hips are opened up a little bit. Wish you a beautiful day, and I hope to see you back soon.